from Flower Power, and I'm going to walk you through some of the top tips and common mistakes of growing vegetables at home. All you need to start growing quality seedlings at home is some healthy soil, some water, fertilizer and the right advice. Today I'll be planting these guys, which are beetroot, some snow peas, some lettuce, but in winter you can also plant cabbages, broccoli, peas, beans, anything that you can think of to put in a winter soup. That's perfect. Today we're going to talk about some common mistakes that you can make when gardening. The first mistake that I've noticed is that people skimp on soil. Soil is your foundation, so it's important to get it right to get nice, strong, healthy vegetables. If you're just beginning, you can use a vegetable and herb mix for your pots. In the ground, you'd want to mix through some compost, such as super soil compost or active grow, to make sure you're getting nice food and water retention for your plants to grow. Mistake number 2 is not considering how much light that you actually need for your veggies to grow. So vegetables to grow successfully and get enough flavour, you need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight so they can get more flavour, be more resilient to pests and diseases, and just grow stronger so you can get more out of them. Mistake number 3 is not considering your pest management. So pests are a huge part of growing veggies, so it's good to have a management plan prior to planting. If you're growing organically, a good thing to consider getting is a veggie pod, which comes with its own cover, which you can use to keep all the baddies out. If you are growing in an open-air garden, then you can consider using your multi-guard snail and slug killer pellets, which will keep all the munchies away. If you don't want to use that, you can also just check your plants daily for signs of pests and disease, so you can spray accordingly. The next mistake that people make in their garden is to take on too much in one go. So I suggest starting with 1 or 2 seedlings first to see how your garden responds. If they work, then go for more. If not, you can always just try something different or move them around in the garden and see how that works. If they fail, you're not a bad plant parent. It might be the season or the space. You might need to add compost to your soil. It's not you, it's them. Mistake number 5 is planting everything too close in the garden. It's important to follow the directions on the tag so you space everything out and it has room to grow and thrive. So when you're planting them, be sure to squeeze the bottom of the seedling packet so you're loosening it up so it doesn't destroy the seedling before you take it out. Put a hole about twice the size of your seedling so your plant has a little bit of softness in the soil around it so its roots can kind of develop outwards. Don't plant them too deep because that can cause a little bit of rot around the seedling. So we wouldn't want that, we want them to grow nice and strong. If your seedlings aren't ready to come out, just leave them in the pots for a couple of days so they develop a little bit more root so it's easier to plant them. Mistake number 6 is not giving your seedlings a helping hand. So you can use some seaweed solution to help them establish and give them the best start. This helps with just root development and making sure that they can take up the nutrients that you have in the soil. To add the nutrients back in, after 2 weeks, you can add a harvest solution, which is a fertilizer, and that just ensures that your plant has enough food to grow. Mistake number 7 is skipping the mulch. Mulch is a super important part of your garden. It helps retain moisture, keep your plants warm in the winter. It also helps to keep weeds from popping their heads up. So what I'll do is I'll pop some of this mulch around these little seedlings. You want to make sure that you don't get right on top of the seedlings, otherwise they'll rot out because this is really good stuff, this sugarcane mulch. So you just do it around a nice little layer. You can always add more later. You don't want to do it too thick, otherwise your water won't get through. So just like that. Sugarcane mulch, as it breaks down, it actually adds food to your soil. So that's a really important thing. I hope these tips for growing your autumn veggies have been helpful. For more information, you can visit one of our Flower Power experts in store for a chat, or you can head to our website.